All right, take a look what's going on in the market. So, weekly chart, it's like at the top of a channel, the Keltner here. Nothing really. I mean, the close, it hasn't broken any lows. You see, that's the thing. So the daily chart, let's see, the biggest volume in the last 3 bars. Nothing really special. Just the biggest volume in the last 3 bars. The close though is a little worrisome if you're bullish. That's not a good close. Why is this? Okay, so this was the gap up, and whatever this was, overnight action, and retesting this level here, which is the breakout. And we want to see if it can hold this breakout area. All right. On the Renko, we just want to see if it, last time I went to this area, the market rallied to resistance, which was right up here. And then pulled back. Right? All right. Okay, nothing else. What I'm really looking for here is this wave. I want to see, let me see this. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for that springboard signal. If it's a springboard, meaning if this number is lower than this prior number and all of these supply numbers, we have a real shot of the daily going into a downtrend, which means like on a weekly, it can go all the way down here to test this area, right? So that's going to set up a real nice daily swing trade. So it's very possible we just need one more rally, like one more little bounce, and then on that bounce you need a low number, and it will hit a springboard. And if it does that, I'm looking for a full retracement on the weekly, which means a daily downtrend. So that's the selling rate there, biggest down wave in 9 waves. Pullback has 915, so 915 is still a lot. Okay, so it's not. I'll give you an example of a number I'm looking for. Like, let's say this is 654, 682, something that's lower than that. One weakness, real obvious weakness on both. And then the market has the Nasdaq market bread, nice whatever, puke, and it'll take out the lows. But first, the turn is not completed yet. All right, so that's like the overall picture. And then you have a shot. I don't know why I have all this shit. I have too many buttons. And then we'll see where the market can go. It's right in here, all right? So that's a nice pullback. Anyway, let's take a look at what happened today, the action today, because the action today had accumulation and all of that. So that's what I'm really going to be focusing more on. But I need to see this overall picture. Why? Because you need to know the overall picture, and also sets up a lot of nice, what's this? Shortening of the thrust here. Anyway, so we'll see. All right, so today's action is really nice action, but it was a little bit confusing. All right, so what happened was after the open, what happened was the market over here. You see the tape reading chart. right? So the market's going sideways, and then it does this volume right here. All right, now this is very confusing. The reason why I say that is typically you have high volume prints in the base. It didn't have that in the base. All right, it had it up here, the 87. So I really I couldn't tell whether this was the legitimate breakout or this was a selling wave. I should have been smart enough to figure out that this was the, that's not going to be perfect, but what threw me off was that there's no accumulation breaks. You would typically here you have big volume. So I mean that was well, if you take a look, right, this was the support right here, the 44. Let's get rid of all this. You see this 44? This was the 44,000 that the market was holding. This breakout level, the market is holding this breakout level. The overnight tapped it and made a new high where supply came in, 37,000 shares right here. So the market yesterday went up here, 59,000, where I knew it was gonna pull back, but the market closed, so I don't want to trade after hours. And then after that, it pulled back right above the support level, made the new high, found heavy selling here with 37,000 contracts above this high, which took it back down to the same level right here, 44,000 level, the level, and they're holding it. That's the support level, so it's holding it, and then it breaks out like this. So the idea was initially to go long, but here's the thing. Like over here, it holding support, then you had 21,000, right? Pulls back, and then 27,000, 23,000, but 87,000. So two things threw me off. One was the 87,000 at the high with no follow through. So I couldn't figure this out. Like I thought this was supply entering the market because of the, the prior resistance here at 37,000. So I thought this was supply entering the market. So second thing is there's no high volume accumulation in the lows. There's no high volume accumulation in the base. Zilch. So I guess they accumulated on the wave up, right? Or the numbers are very small, and this entire line is the accumulation. So you can split up the buying accumulation with a long line. And that's why there aren't very heavy volume single prints, right? So these white boxes are not over here because they're doing it over a line, long line, and then breaking it out hard. After that, market pulls back to that same line of accumulation or same line of support very nicely, taking out the lows right here. See this low? Took it right out. Where's that? That low is 36, and this low is 36.75. Okay. So once it took out this, it went down here. That's it. Game over. Enter markup. This was your last point of support. By the way, here last point of support is what? Last point of support is the point prior to the markup. Last point of support is the last point within the base or accumulation prior to markup. This is the last point support. This usually happens after breakout, pull back from the base, and then markup happened. Here you see them pick up 43,000, and then here, this is where distribution. There are two places where distribution came in. Gosh. There are two places where distribution came in. The first is on the 45,000 here, and the second is on the 52,000, right? So 45,000 and 52,000 selling high, buy low, sell high. Yeah, but only problem is they didn't put it in a base, no distribution base. Like here you have an accumulation base, then a break. Here just like forget it. Just sell and forget the base and take it all the way down. So I mean, usually this is not what you want to see. That's what happens. So 45,000 distributed, then 52,000 distributed right at the high. Selling starts with 59,000, taking out the 45,000 initial distribution. Bang, another 59,000 goes straight down, and lo and behold, where did they cover? At the low. Right there. Cover your position. Cover how many? 77,000. Why cover there? Because it's the breakdown low, where you have a lot of sellers who are going to sell, so you can cover into their selling. The same logic as the breakouts. A lot of liquidity, cover the position. Anyway, so what do you glean from this is, one, keep the prior support levels always in mind. Always keep the prior support levels in mind. Why? They get tested and they hold. Second thing is, look for a higher high from the base. Let me delete all this. So from the test of this support, you have one high, right here. No, it's not moving. That high, and then gets the higher high on this candle. And after that, it comes back and there's a deep test, and then goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. What a nice move. Yeah, man, it was so close. Alright, so that is the accumulation today, and the markup occurred today with the distribution today and the markdown. Again, accumulation into markup, distribution into markdown. Now, a question. Do you need to have a big base for accumulation or distribution? Clearly, the answer is no. It's better if you have a base, but as you can see, there's no base here. An entire day's up move was taken out. There's no base here. It was just sold into the high and took it all the way down. There is a base here, accumulation base, and then goes. Ideally, you want a base, but you don't need a base. Again, you want a base, but you don't need a base. The market, especially when it's in a hurry, you can just sell and sell off because it's end of week. So they're not going to do a campaign. They're just going to cover their longs, not campaign and build a minor campaign for day trading, right? They'll do that here. They did it in the early morning, but not end of day, end of week. They just want to get out of their position because you don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. All right, so what am I looking at? I'm not really looking at anything. Each day you have accumulation and distribution happening every single day on a minor, for day trading purposes. It happens every day. You don't. The idea that accumulation and distribution is, has to be on a daily chart, it doesn't even make any sense, because you don't need to necessarily buy the daily. I mean, people buy, 5-minute, intraday, scalping, all of that. So you have accumulation on multiple time frames. And that's how the market is fractal. All right, everybody, have a good weekend. Take care. Bye.